Hello, it's Spooky again, back with another stadium build. Today's build is going to be one of the most fun Zen builds you've ever played. It is actually extremely effective if played correctly. I'm going to show you how to build it round by round, how to adapt your playstyle as the match goes on, and finally, I'll be giving you the build code so you can try it out for yourself. Before we get started, make sure to like the video and subscribe if you'd like to stay up to date with the best and latest stadium builds. Alright, let's get cooking. This is the Zoomy Boy build version 1 and is built around mobility to enable Zenyatta to take aggressive angles, take 1v1s, and create value by distracting the enemy team. This build requires you to be confident in your decision making and willing to take risks. If you end up defaulting to a standard Zenyatta playstyle, then this build will be much less effective than it could be. So don't be afraid to get in there. Take surprise angles. You can go into the enemy spawn even if you'd like. The more space you can make for your team, the better. Just make sure you live while you do it. All right, starting at round 1, we're going to grab Discord Inferno. It's going to help us out with our burst damage a little bit, and then we're going to be grabbing some speed items. It's going to help us be a little bit more survivable and a little bit more zoomy so we can set up some crazy off angles. Starting round 1, you'll see that we're taking some off angles already, kind of probing out how we're feeling on this. You can use it to check the off angles as people are trying to go for flanks. You see Reinhardt was trying to set up a flank. Don't be afraid to use that to check those off angles. You can use the speed to rotate really easily, take high grounds, take weird, kind of unusual positions where it would usually take you much longer to set up. It's much easier for you to set these up. So going into round 2, we're going to grab even more speed items, and then make sure we grab hiking hover boots. You're going to hold on to this item basically for the entire game. So now that we're much more zoomy, we're going to be taking this hard off angle here on the left. Just to check some angles, try to get some pressure. We can see that they're rotating up here as well, and we're by ourselves. So we're going to rotate back, still kind of poke, and then rotate into our team. Now we can see that they're kind of pushing harder up into us. So we're going to try to pressure them out from here. Now, just kind of letting them do that. Obviously, they're going to be stacked up on that when they were matching us with the high ground, so we have to rotate out of that, so they are going to be able to take that off angle. But since we lose that fight, we're actually going to be using this opportunity, since we would have died probably if we rotated back to our team then. So we're going to go into the enemy spawn now. Try to pull back one of the, looks like we're grabbing the Reinhardt here. We're going to pull back the Reinhardt, and then honestly, if we can grab anybody else, that'd be great. So we're basically just being a distraction, so our team can easily push on the point without much resistance. So the Reinhardt's still chasing us. We have our hiking hover boots. We also have our first aid kit, I think is what it's called. That actually gives a speed boost whenever we grab health packs. This is so nice. I've used this so much. And then we can obviously, we're using hiking hover boots too to get away from the Reinhardt nice and safely. But that health pack item with this build is so useful. So make sure you know where the health packs are on the map, or if you're going for like crazy angles to like find out where those health packs are. It gives you a 20% speed boost when you grab health packs, so it's like a massive get out of jail free card. So as we keep going on this round, we're gonna keep helping our team here. Look for these off angles where we can get them. Remember, these off angles create a lot of pressure on the enemy team. You'll notice it's the same thing DPS do, right? With Soldier or Ash or even Reaper sometimes. Taking off angles adds a lot of pressure to the enemy team. As long as you can live, you basically split up their attention, which makes them much less effective at bursting down single targets. So like taking these with Zen just creates a lot of pressure, and for them to kind of make choices about what they want to pressure instead of just staying next to your team. So going into round 3, we're going to be grabbing Discord Fever. That's going to just, again, it's just giving us a little bit of extra damage. It's not really going to be helping us too much in the long run, but as we kind of scale up a little bit, we'll be getting more damage. I like having just a little bit of pressure here. The big thing is about the surprise. You know, in a lot of like charging up the orbs and everything, you can actually hear that. So I prefer to actually be really silent and just use my left click a lot of times for these like being engagements. But you can see in round 3, we actually take a really aggressive off angle here early. We set that up. Now we are getting it pressured a little bit, so we rotate out of that. I think we end up losing that fight. So this is back in our spawn now. We're going to help our team just creating another off angle as they push through main. I'm going to live here. I can't really take, I can't like get super aggressive right now just because my team's not back. So I'm just going to hold this angle for a little bit. But as the fight goes on, and you can see that the Reinhardt pushes up, I'm going to actually push behind him to really get a large off angle here to get some really good pressure on the back line. Now, our team ends up winning this anyway, so we're just going to clean this up here. Do a little shot on the Mercy if I can hit one. There we go. All right, and then this is the last part of this round where we're pushing up here into the enemy side of the map. I'm set up right now for my off angle on the right as my team pushes main. You can see the Reinhardt's already trying to deny that high ground for me, so I'm just going to back up to make sure I'm safe. And then right when I see that he engages, I'm going to go right back into that. So fight breaks out here. I drop to use my Transcendence to help my Mei, since she's kind of committing to this fight. I definitely think it's winnable, so that's why we use the Transcendence. Discord out and cast, take that. And now it's just like a brawl, so not really much to do here aside from Discord and shoot, you know, as much as you can. Now obviously you can see with this speed boost, it's really easy to rotate, like super easy to rotate. Like I can just go wherever I want basically at any point. Obviously Juno speed ring helps a lot, but even without that speed ring, it's so handy to just be able like to rotate out of big ultimates or big angles. Like if someone surprises you, like you can round a corner so quick to get away from that. So we go down there, we end up winning that round. So we're now going to be grabbing Vanadium Injection. Now this is a personal preference. Vanadium Injection's in the survival tab, and that is an item that gives you a bunch of buffs while you're at 100% ult charge. Now I still plan on using my ultimate, so I won't have those buffs for very long, but the way it works is that I like to take big fights and basically hold on to it for as long as possible, since Transcendence is kind of one where you have to wait to pop it for like a big moment. So like if we're taking an engagement with while I have Transcendence ready, I'm getting that extra speed boost, I'm getting that extra weapon power, that extra ability power. It's a really good item if you use it correctly. This is probably the first build where I've used it where I actually don't intend on holding my ultimate the entire time, but it helps out with those engagements, because by the time like we wear them down and like the fight's getting towards the end and everyone's cooldowns are down and then I get to pop Transcendence, that's like huge for our team to win those fights. So we end up taking we lose that point, unfortunately. We go down the off angle, but we're gonna set up here 97 to Transcendence, and you can see right when we get our Transcendence, our speed just goes insanely fast. We end up popping that for one of the fights before that, but I want to showcase taking like this really aggressive off angle here. You can see as this fight opens up a little bit, I actually rotate in the enemy side of point just to give him like a real 360 pressure, just being aware if there's anybody on like the back side of me. But again, I can rotate real quickly if somebody does flank me. So coming into the last point, trying to pressure out with the JQ, honestly just trying to farm up my Transcendence as quickly as possible because I know she's gonna need it really quickly. So I actually popped that right away instead of using the Vanadium Injection. So we end up losing that fight, unfortunately. But going into the next round, we're going to be upgrading our damage a little bit. So we grab the damage, and then we also grab what's it called? For our power, we grab Instant Karma. This is really good for taking 1v1s against discorded targets, since it replenishes 30% of the damage they do against you. So it's really good if you plan on taking 1v1s, which whenever I do this build, that is what I'm looking for. I'm looking for easy 1v1s, distracting somebody and then forcing them into a 1v1 because they think they can beat a Zenyatta, and then we cook them. So we're kind of set up now. We do have more of our damage items. We still have our hiking hover boots, which is really important. I like to have that the entire time. Then you can see we use it right here to take like a really cheeky off angle, and they actually decide to play down in there, which is so great for us. So you can see it paid off right away. We have this just massive pressure point, denying the supports from healing the Reinhardt during that fight. So I'm gonna chill up here until I feel like it's not safe to be there. Mercy tries to get the pressure. We knock her out a little bit. And we're just cleaning this up now. So there you go. There's the carry pick. And we're going to rotate out. Now that we're playing back on point, again, I'm just being aware of like where my positioning is and where the enemy is. Just to make sure I have like good options to rotate to if they decide to push me. So we do have the hiking hover boots. I take the high ground. You can see the Reinhardt goes in there, and I actually use my hover boots to stay out of his swing range for a couple swings, which is huge because that is the only reason we win that fight against that Reinhardt there. So positioning yourself to make sure you have that able to utilize the hiking hover boots is like really huge when you can. So that's my team here. We try to just pressure this out. I'm gonna make sure we win this fight with the Transcendence. If I pop that, just make sure I live and my Mei lives. We're actually staggering this out even longer just because we have points. So they do end up flipping it though. Cassidy pops his ultimate. I'm stuck. I got nothing for that, so we're down. So coming back to point though, We're gonna play pretty standard, just playing on main, looking around here, knock out the Mercy. So nothing too crazy here. Fight's already midway through, so we're just kind of playing off. Not really any time to set anything up. So yeah, that's our Junker Queen, by the way. So huge play, but you'll love to see this because I'm gonna be real, man. I've been playing Stadium a lot, and I have never seen anything like this. A back-to-back tank feed. So I was very confused in this moment. I was like, hey, you know what? That works. So we get a little trade. You can see both tanks just really didn't know how their movement abilities were going to affect that fight. So we're just checking these angles, make sure no one can pressure our team from the right here. So again, checking those as we play. No time to set up anything crazy, so we're just playing it out. Here it comes on a point. Give her a little bit of the razzle dazzle. A little 1-2 kick. And Transcendence ready to go. I get stuck on this pillar, so I'm just popping this just because I don't know what's stopping me from moving back. So I just pop it to make sure I live. Discord comes out. I'm pushing this on the tank. Big freeze. And the rest of this should be pretty much just cleaning up since we have so much pressure here. But the fight, you know, just goes out. Not really much to say. As you can see, the speed that we have with Zenyatta right now is so useful for us to rotate during this fight around any like dangerous parts. So came in handy a lot. So this last round of the game, we're actually upgrading into our damage a little bit more. Now, this is kind of a preference thing. You can hold on to more of your movement instead of upgrading your damage. I like to spend all my credits, so I'm gonna grab like really powerful DPS just because I was farming a lot of credits this game. But again, you can choose to keep your movement, your speed. I'd say as long as you have hiking hover boots, you're good. If you want to be more tanky, just make sure you play a little bit safer if you have less speed. So the way I edited this is kind of weird. I'm actually in the enemy spawn right now. So we actually rotated early match to get over there. So we're actually in their spawn now. So this is a very aggressive angle. Don't really it pays off a little bit, but like our team ends up losing the fight anyway. So you see we can live back here like a really long time. And they've just kind of given up on trying to like turn for me, which is really good actually, because that means I can just free fire in the back line when we're doing that. So obviously I get a little bit more aggressive when I see they don't turn. I push up, we go down, finish out that fight. Now that we're respawned and going for this fight, we're gonna hold this high ground anywhere that's safe for us. Again, we're just checking angles, using that speed to make sure we're just basically containing all the off angles that the enemy team can be grabbing from us. So freeze comes out, we help clean that up. We do take this fight here. Transcendence ready to go, but we still have vanadium injection as well, so we are going to be getting the extra speed boost, extra damage boost, all that good stuff. So we're going to use our hover boots to set up here in the enemy flank. See, the Curie was about to set up for a nice little angle there, so we deny that. We actually even go deeper here to find a nice little cheeky pick on the soldier. And we clean that up. We do have Transcendence ready to go, so if we have like a Rhine charge, you can hear the Rhine charging. So I'm just going to get a nice easy live as we push up here, get those orbs out, and we're looking pretty good. Everything seems pretty contained right now, which is kind of how I like to think about checking off angles. It's basically just containing, like it's like sheep, you know, like herding sheep. You just got to keep them all together as much as you can. So you check those angles, make sure there's no strays. Here he comes in. We take this fight here, and I believe that's it. So we end up taking the dub, and we've actually been winning a lot of games with this build lately, so it's been a lot of fun. Now I will say, if you're going into round 7, I would definitely grab Circle of Strife. It's gonna help a lot. That's basically the one where you get Discord when you Transcendence everyone that's in the area, so that's gonna help out your damage even more, since you already have Discord Inferno or a Discord Fever to help with that. So we're gonna pop that off. Now this build, like I said, you do have to play pretty aggressive, and you do have to be willing to take risks. If you are not someone that likes to take risks, I probably wouldn't recommend this build, because if you're just gonna be playing a standard Zen playstyle, you'd just be much better off just like doing like a healing build or just like a damage build, something that's gonna be more impactful when you're playing like closer to your team. The movement is really what enables you to take aggressive off angles and get value by making the enemy team turn. A lot of people, especially your teams, probably gonna be wondering what you're doing, but just remember, you're getting value whether they see it or not. And just because you've been watching my videos, you know much more about Overwatch, I'd assume. than most people. So just know, if you like, in your gut, you'll know if you're getting value, and if you feel like you're getting value, then great. If you know that you're not getting value, like you're like, dude, I'm just doing nothing, this isn't helping at all, I'm just feeding, that's when you make the switch. So always go with your gut. Yeah, that's about it. So hopefully you guys enjoy the Zoomy Zen build. I have the build code for you right here, so you guys can try that out today. Let me know in the comments when you try a couple of games. Let me know if you like it, if you're having a lot of fun, as much as I am, dude. I'm having a blast with it. So that's gonna be the video for today. Make sure you guys subscribe and like on your way out, and I will see you on the next stadium build video coming very soon. Bye.